Hello everyone, I'm Anthony Post, one of the co-presidents of the HMHS Shakespeare Troupe. I am so happy to be here today celebrating William Shakespeare's birthday. What an incredible achievement that we are still talking about all of his works to this day. He has inspired so many writers and storytellers throughout the years, and we are so very happy to be celebrating his birthday, even if it is from the comfort of our own homes. Today we have a couple of students here that are going to be reciting some of his work in honor of his birthday. We are so very happy to be sharing this with you on behalf of the other co-president of this troupe, Katrina Edwards, who you will meet very shortly. This was an incredible project to put together, just something nice to remember the bard. So let's get started. Our first, you're going to see a bunch of our troupe members reciting wonderful works, and we're going to start off with Joseph Keegan.
Hi, I'm Joseph Keegan, and I'll be reciting Sonnet 23. As an unperfect actor on the stage, who with his fear is put beside his part, or some fierce thing replete with too much rage, whose strength's abundance weakens his own heart. So I for fear of trust forget to say the perfect ceremony of love's rite, and in mine own love's strength seem to decay, overcharged with burden of mine own love's might. Oh, let my books be then the eloquence and dumb presagers of my speaking breast, who plead for love and look for recompense, more than that tongue that more hath more expressed. Oh, learn to read what silent love hath writ, to hear with eyes belongs to love's fine wit. Thank you.
We want to take this opportunity to thank one of our great friends, Inkwood Books. During most school years, we're able to connect with them and hold a staged reading, and unfortunately, due to the current pandemic, we weren't able to do that. However, we do want to thank them for their continued support, and hopefully next year we can return with them in their new store. If you have any questions on that and would like to learn more information about Inkwood's new location, you can find them online. Thank you, and let's continue.
Hi, I'm Chloe Griffo, and I'll be performing Puck's second monologue from Act 2, Scene 1 of A Midsummer Night's Dream. Now, right before this, we've had the four lovers and the players all entering the forest. And in this scene, I'm speaking to the fairy, who is like another fairy servant of King Oberon and Queen Titania. And this fairy is asking if I am the trickster Puck that is well known throughout the fairylands. And this is my response. Thou speakest aright. I am that merry wanderer of the night. I jest to Oberon and make him smile when I a fat and bean-fed horse beguile, neighing in the likeness of a filly foal. And sometimes lurk I in a gossip's bowl, in the very likeness of a roasted crab. And when she drinks, against her lips I bob, and on her withered dewlap pour the ale. The wisest ant, telling the saddest tale, sometimes for 3-foot stool mistaketh me. Then slip I from her bum, down topples she, and Taylor cries and falls into a cough. And then the whole choir'll hold their lips and laugh, and waxen in their mirth and knees, and swear a merrier hour was never wasted there. But room, fairy, here comes Oberon.
Hello, my name is Katrina Edwards. I'll be reciting Sonnet 144, followed by Isabella's monologue from Measure for Measure, Act 2, Scene 4. Two loves I have, of comfort and despair, which like two spirits do suggest me still. The better angel is a man right fair, the worser spirit a woman colored ill. To win me soon to hell, my female evil tempteth my better angel from my side, and would corrupt my saint to be a devil, wooing his purity with her foul pride. And whether that my angel be turned fiend, suspect I may, yet not directly tell, but being both from me, both to each friend, I guess one angel in another's hell. Yet this I shall ne'er know, but live in doubt. till my bad angel fire my good one out. To whom should I complain? Did I tell this? Who would believe me? Oh, perilous mouths, a bear in them one and the self-same tongue, either of condemnation or a proof, a bidding the law make curtsy to their will, hooking both right and wrong to the appetite to follow as it draws. I'll to my brother. Though he hath fallen by prompture of the blood, yet hath he in him such a mind of honor that had he 20 heads to tender down upon 20 bloody blocks, he'd yield them up before his sister, should her body stoop to such abhorrent pollution. Then, Isabel, live chaste, and brother, die. More than our brother is our chastity. I'll tell him yet of Angelo's request, and fit his mind to death, for his soul's rest. Happy birthday, William Shakespeare! Woo! 456 years of wonderfully written plays and poems. We are so excited to be celebrating 456 years of the Bard. Hence our celebration video. Thank you so much for joining us. We're so excited to bring you some readings and talk about what the Bard means to us at HMHS. So my name's Katrina Edwards. I'm co-president of the HMHS Shakespeare Troupe. I want to tell you a little bit about my experiences in our Shakespeare competition the past 2 years. So last year I participated in our school Shakespeare competition, not having so much experience performing Shakespeare's work, but it was a lot of fun, and I actually advanced to the branch level at Princeton. This is all through the English Speaking Union, and there are 3 levels to it. So you start at a school level, then you go to your branch, which is kind of like your area in the state, and then you go to the national competition. So Haddonfield is part of the Princeton branch. So last year I went to Princeton, and then I actually ended up winning first place at Princeton, so I advanced to the national competition in New York City, which that was April of last year, so that was one of the best experiences of my life. It was so much fun. I got to meet kids all across the country who are theater and Shakespeare nerds just like me, and I made some of my closest friends there who I still talk to, which is really, really awesome. And I really love what the English Speaking Union does, because their mission is to spread the words of Shakespeare to students everywhere and make him truly accessible to everyone, which I think is just so important, because Shakespeare's writing includes so many messages that can still be reached today, which is really unique and why he's so important. So the competition was amazing. You go to New York at the national level and get to experience the city and then perform at Lincoln Center, and that was just unreal. So that was really, really cool. For each level of the competition, you perform a sonnet and a monologue. Last year, I performed Shylock from The Merchant of Venice, and this year I went back to Princeton and performed Isabella's monologue from Measure for Measure, and actually won first place again, so I was offered a place at the national competition. But due to the unprecedented circumstances we're now under, all events in New York were canceled, and the ESU decided to do a virtual route. So each student submitted a video of their sonnet and monologue. Mine is in this video.
And it was really interesting. I was still really honored to participate in the national competition. Unfortunately, I didn't make the top 10 finalists, but it was still really, really awesome to do. And no matter what the outcome was, I love reading the Bard and spreading Shakespeare's work. So I was really excited to be able to partake. Thank you for joining us for Shakespeare's birthday celebration today. As you can see, we're very excited. And next, our other co-president, Anthony Post, will be sharing Sonnet 104 with us. Enjoy.
Sonnet 104. To me, fair friend, you never can be old, for as you were when first your eye I eyed, such seems your beauty still, 3 winters cold. Half from the forest shook 3 summers' pride, 3 beauteous springs to yellow autumn turned, in process of the seasons have I seen. 3 April perfumes and 3 hot Junes burned, since first I saw you fresh, which yet are green. Ah, yet doth beauty like a dial hand steal from his figure, and no pace perceived. So your sweet hue, which methinks still doth stand, hath motion, and mine eye may be deceived. For fear of which, hear this, thou age unbred, ere you were born was beauty's summer dead. Now, we couldn't do everything we do with the Shakespeare Troupe if it weren't for our wonderful advisors, both Miss Dickstein, who is our usual troupe advisor, but because of her wonderful year becoming New Jersey State Teacher of the Year and going off and doing a lot of fun and educational and enriching projects with other school districts, we had another troupe advisor come in this year, Miss Campbell, and so next up you're going to see both of them celebrate Shakespeare's birthday.
Hi, my name is Ms. Campbell, and I'll be reading from Act 3, Scene 2 of Richard II. For God's sake, let us sit upon the ground and tell sad stories of the death of kings. How some have been deposed, some slain in war, some haunted by the ghosts they have deposed, some poisoned by their wives, some sleeping killed, all murdered, for within the hollow crown that rounds the mortal temples of a king keeps death his court, and there the antic sits, scoffing his state and grinning at his pomp, allowing him to breathe a little scene, to monarchize, be feared, and kill with looks, infusing him with self and vain conceit, as if this flesh which walls about our life were brass impregnable, and humoured thus comes at the last, and with a little pin bores through his castle wall, and farewell, king. Cover your heads and mock not flesh and blood with solemn reverence. Throw away respect, tradition, form, and ceremonious duty, for you have but mistook me all this while. I live with bread like you, feel want, taste grief, need friends. Subjected thus, how can you say to me, I am a king?
Sonnet 91. Some glory in their birth, some in their skill, some in their wealth, some in their body's force, some in their garments, though newfangled ill, some in their hawks and hounds, and some in their horse. And every humour hath his adjunct pleasure, wherein it finds a joy above the rest. But these particulars are not my measure. All these I better in one general best. Thy love is better than high birth to me, richer than wealth, prouder than garments cost, of more delight than hawks and horses be. And having thee, of all men's pride, I boast. Wretched in this alone, that thou mayest take all this away, and me most wretched make. Happy 456th birthday, Shakespeare!
So incredibly hard.
This one's for you, Will. Happy 456th birthday.